I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 265 of the SZN podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now when it comes to these episodes. Please can you head over to our Instagram page and our Twitter page. So the Instagram page is SZN Podcast and the Twitter page is SZN Pod. There's a link in the bio in both of those platforms, and that will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So wherever you fancy, if you like audio for your podcasts, the usual links are there, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. And if you like the visuals, the YouTube channel link is also there. And there's a TikTok link there too for all you people who prefer the sort of short clips, short form content. Make sure you do that for us, guys. Much appreciated. Flowz, how are you, my guy? You good?
I'm good, bro. What you saying?
Yeah, I can see you're smiling.
Yeah.
So you're happy for this one?
Finally, man.
We're here. We're finally here. The fight of, I don't know if they built it the fight of the century or whatever they built it as, bro.
Yeah, I think we did.
But yeah, it happened. We've seen it. It's gone down. It's occurred. And we're here to talk about it. Simple as, really. Listeners, we'll get to Inoue a bit later, but right now we've got to handle the big fight. Respectfully, sorry. Terence Bud Crawford versus Saul Canelo Alvarez for all the marbles at 168 pounds. Two of the best we've ever seen, to be honest. Two of the best currently active right now. Two multi-time undisputed champions. Bud is going for he's undisputed in his third weight class. Canelo just trying to prove that, he's still dominant and he's not this fading force, really and truly. Flowz, it's not rare that we disagree. We disagree on. It's not common that we disagree on stuff. It's actually very, very rare.
Yeah.
Probably a fault of this podcast is the fact that we agree too much. But we share a lot of similar sentiments with boxing. We know what we both like, etc. But we have, a rare occasion where we disagreed on the winner and the outcome of this fight. You initially, I think, said you were going for Crawford. Then as the build-up came in later on, you thought, you know what? Canelo, the size, the power, the experience of 168, too much. Well, me,
judges.
I was complete opposite. And judges, yes.
Yeah.
Vegas judges, yep, I forgot. Yeah. Whereas myself, complete opposite. I initially, when the fight was made, was at Canelo. And over time, as we're approaching the day, I'm now switching over and I've U-turned and gone, no, you know what? Crawford's got this in the bag. Flowz, where do we start with what transpired last night, what we saw? I mean this respectfully, Flowz. You can tell me if I mean disrespectful.
Yeah.
Canelo got beat up for 12 rounds. Respectfully. I'm starting there. I don't mean that I'm a big Canelo fan.
Yeah.
I'm not to disrespect Canelo. That is genuinely one of the GOATs. Like he's a bona fide Hall of Famer, going straight into Hall of Fame. It's Canelo Alvarez. I can never disrespect that man, really and truly. The only black mark I have against him is just Benavidez and the Mexican meat issue. But apart from that, Canelo is the guy. But I'm here to call a spade, bro. Bud beat him up for 12 rounds.
Beat up is harsh. That's harsh. Beat up, harsh, treated.
Schooled. 12 rounds.
Schooled, treated, mocked. Yeah, I think that's a bit more fair. I wouldn't say beat up because Canelo doesn't really get hurt too tough.
Did you see his face though?
Yeah, his face was. His face was mashed up. But yeah, treated. I think that's fair because, Bud scored him, like you said. Yeah, Bud scored him, man.
So your initial reasoning for picking Canelo, I think, and sound logic, where everything you said was true and fair reasons. The fact that obviously Canelo, even though dimensions-wise they're not too dissimilar, which is normal, I guess, with Canelo. But Canelo is either fighting guys that are bigger than him or maybe similar dimensions-wise. But Bud is similar dimensions-wise. But Canelo is someone that has obviously fought at 168 pounds for a long time now. He's used to that weight, that natural weight gain. And we've seen Canelo as someone who is a power puncher in his own right, even though he hasn't stopped someone in a while. His last stoppage came in 2021, but I think there's caveats with that one. But in general, Canelo is seen as a monstrous puncher. We've seen him turn the tide of battle quite easily with just one huge punch. Look at Billy Joe, look at Caleb Plant. So, the question was, again, obviously, I think the question on everyone's lips really was, can Crawford take this man's power? Especially considering how we've seen Crawford, as you pointed out last week, hurt versus Gamboa, hurt versus Mean Machine. So we've seen, even though we've never seen Crawford dropped, but we have not really seen, we've seen him show vulnerabilities and be hurt before. And can he take someone who can actually crack really, really hard and throws punches with genuine mean intentions? Because Canelo, once he wants to sit down on those punches, is peak. So those are those questions. And I think for me, the reason why I turned to Crawford and I said to myself that I think he's going to win this, obviously I had that question in mind, but just knowing, it's hard to describe it, but just if you follow Crawford throughout his career and you know how stubborn he is, Flowz, and how mentality-wise, he's a sicko. He's a genuine sicko. I said to myself that Crawford's the type to take that power because they said he can't take the power. Do you know what I mean, Flowz?
Yeah.
And
Just because. And we'll get onto that because we saw that because in the fight. Yeah. Yep.
But also for me, bro, I just know that when he wants to be, Crawford can be so defensively sound and responsible that he's very hard to hit clean. His glove placement, if you watch the Spence fight, I always say, go back to the Spence fight. Watch how his gloves, Spence struggled to land anything clean against that man. Crawford's glove placement is elite. His footwork and his upper body movement is elite when he wants to be. We've seen him be, again, just due to the nature of this man and how he is, we've seen him be, I don't want to say sloppy, but like a days ago in the ring before, fighting opponents type of fight because he wants to prove a point. But when he's locked in, razor focus, Spence fight, perfect example. This man is very hard to hit cleanly, and I just felt that his superior boxing skills, because everyone acknowledged that Crawford's a better boxer than Canelo. That's no secret, right? As good as Canelo is, but his superior boxing skills with the footwork, the elusiveness where he needs to be, plus the fact that he can be very hard to hit when he wants to be, will prove a major challenge for Canelo in trying to time him and get him on the inside, which I think we saw on the fight. But yeah, let's take it, I guess, round by round, Flowz, as we normally do. What are your first thoughts, obviously, watching the first round? How did you see that? How do you feel like that transpired?
Yeah, kind of went how I thought it would. I think I gave the first round to Canelo, actually. Because
I did too.
He was invested into the body, which I thought would be his game plan. You never know with Crawford how he's going to initially start, but I thought he started the right way, boxing, moving, jabbing, because we've seen in the last few years how flat-footed Canelo's become, so you might as well make him work to get to you. I think, in fact, over the years, we've seen Canelo struggle with boxers.
Movers.
Pure boxers, boxers, movers. So, good game plan. And, first thing, Crawford looked huge, but didn't look blown up, if that makes sense. He looked in good shape still. I haven't been following the pre-match build-up. I haven't followed anything. I'll be so real. The pressers, I didn't look at anything. So this was really my first time seeing him at this. I've seen like clips and images, but not really gave it too much focus. He looked big, and he looks, I'm about to say he looks good, pause. But he looked healthy. So I was like, okay, I can't see him. I was concerned that he might fade later on or might not be in best condition, but his condition, just from appearance, looks good. So first round, I think, a bit cagey, but I just gave it to Canelo.
Yeah. Agreed with you, to be honest, bro. I also gave the first round to Canelo. I didn't expect it. It was never going to catch fire straight away. It's never going to be like that type of fight. These are two high IQ fighters, and Crawford tends to start cautious. But yeah, he tried to start behind it. Yeah, it was cautious behind the jab, and again, I think the first round could have gone either way, but I just gave it to the Canelo off. Could have been a 10-10 round. Or, yeah, I gave it Crawford. I gave it Canelo, but I knew quite a few people gave it Crawford. But for me, I just think Canelo was trying to invest in the body. And even though he probably landed, I think, a maximum of 3 body shots in that first round, I liked the intent. And I thought he just landed those cleaner body shots. A lot of people don't tend to score body shots, but I try to if I see clean body work, right? So, yeah. And, yeah, it probably is the right game plan from Canelo to try and wear Crawford down to the body. As, you know, they always say, if it's a mover, you bang to the body to slow him down naturally, right? But I think the pattern of the fight kind of was set in motion early on, Flowz, to be honest. Yeah. And it was a pattern that I expected, to be honest. And this pattern is just speaking to, we could see very early on, Crawford is sharper here. Looks the better boxer. He's going to box and move with Canelo. Time Canelo as Canelo tries to come inside, because Canelo is someone that doesn't fight behind the jab per se. He's not really a jabber. The commentary was quick to put that out. You know, Canelo, his pressure mainly comes from foot placement, and obviously him stalking you in that sense. Now, this version of Canelo, not the Canelo of old who like to sit on the ropes and try and counter punch, but this version of Canelo will try and stalk you with his foot pressure, and then not really work his way in with a jab, but just hit with big shot or 1 or 2 like big pot shots to set up his work. And obviously, once he gets the opponent hurt, then he can really try and whatever. But Canelo's attempting to stalk Crawford, trap him against the ropes once or in the corner a couple times. But Crawford, being the high IQ elite fighter that he is, was able to navigate that pressure, I feel like, early on with superior footwork, great jab. The jab was, you know, I think Canelo's face was reddening after like 3 or 4 rounds, Flowz, if I'm not mistaken, from that Crawford jab. And just timing him with quick, sharp burst combinations every time Canelo attempted to try and make his way in. Or Canelo will sometimes throw a big body shot, for example, and Crawford will answer back straight away with a 3-4 piece combo, and he's out of there, spun out of there. That's the pattern that I was seeing, Flowz. I'm assuming you saw the same as well.
Yeah, Crawford boxing and moving. Look, they're both very technical, so they were both making each other miss quite a bit, which so credit to them. Like that accuracy wasn't super high from both of them because they're both pretty. Crawford once again defensively superb. Like everything was on gloves, missing. He was protecting his heads perfectly. Body shots was the only success Canelo was really seeing, and even then, it wasn't frequent or fluent. So superb defensive play from Crawford, but also we know Canelo's sharp with his upper body movement. He's not easy to hit, even though his footwork isn't as nippy as it used to be, or never. It's certainly not as good as Crawford's. Let's put it that way. So, technically, it was good in that sense to see them, evading each other, catching each other. But yeah, in terms of the pattern, Crawford's not giving Canelo opportunity to pin him down and stalk him or get to him with boxing and moving and landing the jab. There was a portion, I can't remember what round, where Canelo had Crawford in the corner and didn't land a single shot. The way Crawford got out of there, and I think he even pieced him up on his way out. I think I applauded. It was probably mid or late rounds. I applauded that. I was like, Crawford won this. Crawford's won. This is what I thought. You had him there and you couldn't do nothing. It's over.
I think we saw quite. So I think the middle portion was crucial to me, Flowz, for this fight. And it's when you really, I think, if you're a boxing fan or boxing aficionado and whatnot, and you're seeing what's transpiring in front of you, you're seeing those middle portions, the middle rounds, Flowz, and being like, my gosh, what this man is doing is ridiculous right now. What he's doing right now in front of our eyes is phenomenal to Canelo, because we're seeing Crawford not only get into his flow groove state, where he's now starting to take the piss, smile, draw at Canelo, treat him. But we're also seeing Canelo start to get super, in my opinion, frustrated. And I'm seeing Canelo that is now at this point, middle portions, he's looking a bit befuddled even, Flowz. He's looking confused. And I think the telltale sign of that was, you mentioned how there were times when he would have Crawford pinned against the ropes, but he won't do it. He's waiting. Flowz, waiting, not doing anything, just chilling there in front of him. And I've always said it's always a bad sign when you're, as a fighter, you've got your opponent, say, pinned, or the opponent hasn't done anything, and you're waiting for him to do something. And I don't know if Canelo was trying to maybe try and bait Crawford in because of the fact that, yeah, okay, cool, I've tried to stalk it, it's not working. Let me try and bait him in and fall back on my old counter punch game. Or if he truly was just super worried that, if he was to jump in now and get reckless, which he started to do later on, but if I'm to do it now, I'm going to get eaten with a couple hot ones. Boom, boom, boom. And this guy's gone. So seeing Canelo sort of, I think the frustration building and seeing him sort of not really know what to do, how to solve the problem that Crawford is presenting to him was very, very telling for me, Flowz. And I already knew, Flowz, Crawford built such a big lead to me. Literally, I gave Canelo, huh?
What was your scorecard?
I gave Canelo 3 rounds.
Okay.
So 9-3 Crawford.
Okay.
What was yours?
8-4.
Okay.
8-4 Crawford.
Yeah. Not too dissimilar. Yeah. Calm.
Yeah.
Not too dissimilar too. Bro, I gave Canelo 3 rounds. 3 rounds. Could have maybe given him 4 if I was generous, but yeah, I gave him 3 rounds, bro.
Yeah, I can't. I think I bet. At 5, you're pushing it. I think 5 rounds.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know any setback, I saw something different.
Yeah, about that guy, man. Bro, I saw one tweet. He said, Canelo 7-1 up. I said, yeah, okay, you're in that type of time. Cool. The fact that he was tweeting it, Flowz, was shameful as well.
Insane. You know what? I did see the AI scorecard had it the draw, which
this AI scoring is
AI's got to get out of here. AI's still a baby. It's a rookie. AI's a casual.
I just said get AI out of here.
AI is a rookie in this, if that's what his scorecard is. Yeah.
Look, I don't think you can watch that fight, Flowz, and see more than 4 rounds for Canelo. I'll be so real. It's a clear win in Crawford's favor. And Flowz, it's not just the boxing bit we knew he had that panned. But Crawford being the sicko that he is, as we've said so many times, and the stubborn guy that he is, he was the one that, even when Canelo was landing, and there were times when Canelo would have a success, I think they pointed out how Canelo's overhand right was finding home a lot during the fight. And he actually probably should have spammed it more, but he didn't. But when they're exchanging, Flowz, to you, who is looking like he's landing the more hurtful shots?
Crawford looked like he was buzzing him in there. And it was
Thank you.
Landing more, backing up Canelo, catching Canelo off balance. Yeah, Crawford was initiating the exchanges and winning them. That was crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Which round was it where Bomac has said towards the end of the round, Crawford's got they're in the pocket and they're trading. Mad exciting. And it might have been, is it the 9th round or 8th round?
Yeah.
Crawford's gone back to the corner. Bomac has legit said, don't get in a firefight with this guy. You don't need to do that. Just box him. The next round has started. Crawford has come straight Immediately initiate the firefight. And Flowz got the better of it.
Yeah.
Got the better of it. That just tells you how mad this guy is. That's what I'm saying.
I couldn't believe it. The last piece of advice he got was don't get in a firefight. And you went right there, initiate the firefight. And done your fingers as well. That's what makes it funnier. I think the only portion where there was a worry for me was after the cut. Maybe it's the round after the cut or immediately after the accidental clash of heads.
Straight afterwards, he was. You could see he was a bit rattled. Canelo was really,
Canelo stuck it on him and caught him with some shots and maybe caught him off balance in one portion. And I thought, his bud hurt him, and it was a bit of a techie period. But I don't think he was actually hurt because throughout the fight, We saw Crawford enjoying, talking, shaking his head, nodding his head,
smiling, laughing,
killing me, laughing, mocking. So he wasn't hiding anything. You could always see. He was letting Canelo know for sure. So we could see it. So I think he was okay.
Well, obviously, I think. I mean, were you surprised at just how comfortable Flowz he got, as in Bud, from those middle portions onwards towards the end? How comfortable he just settled into that groove and that rhythm, and how comfortable. And I don't want to say how easy he made it look, but just how complete he looked within, that performance-wise. Or did you expect to see the late Canelo charge, which we've seen before in some fights? Billy Joe, for example, the Canelo charge came. Caleb Plant, it came on late. Were you expecting to see that from Canelo?
I expected to see it at some point in the fight, and I think we saw it after that cut. I think that's the only portion where I thought, oh, this is where Canelo might hurt him or get him.
Yeah.
And he landed some big shots in that round, and he didn't get him. So from there, look, at no point, usually I'll be like, don't get greedy, Crawford. At no point did I think, don't get greedy. I thought,
thank you.
You're doing your thing.
Thank you.
I was like, you're doing your thing and keep doing it. At no point was I concerned that, Crawford, no, slow down. The only part I was concerned was after that cut, the clash of heads, and Canelo, I was like, wake up. And he did wake up. I think that maybe got in his head somehow, but he woke up from that. But anytime he was initiating the firefights, anytime he was on the ropes, which was rarely, I was never too concerned for Crawford. And I never thought, don't get greedy. I was like, do your thing.
It sounds crazy, but throughout that fight, I was never worried at all that Crawford may catch a big one. So we know Canelo's got power to change the fight with one punch, to change the course of the fight. I never actually felt worried that I was so comfortable in what Crawford was doing, and because I had that feeling that I never felt worried that Crawford could get sloppy here and get caught, and then Canelo can go on to change the tide of the battle. I think he was in such a good groove state, and to me, I'm watching Canelo's body language, bro, and just the way Canelo is fighting, and that's telling everything to me. I'm seeing the guy who is actively struggling to decipher and break down the problem that's in front of him, problem being Crawford, and he's not able to give us different looks to try and, break this problem down. It was a problem he couldn't solve, and he didn't look close to solving it to me, Flowz. So I felt fully confident. Like, it sounds mad. I felt so confident that even if Crawford decides to have a fight, even though I was saying don't do it, he's navigating himself so well in this firefight that he can probably come away with the exchange and win the exchange and back Canelo up. Or I know that he's not going to be so reckless enough to stay in the pocket for 2 minutes of the round and then, get caught. He'll stay in the pocket for a good couple of exchanges and then bounce and get back to his boxing. So because he's so smart for us, I backed him to do that. So yeah, bro, I never felt worried that a potential, game changer or a punch from the gods from Canelo was going to land, because of just how well he navigated it and just, like I said, how befuddled Canelo looked. So by the time it's gotten to, I've said from in my eyes, he needs a KO. And from the last round, obviously, you're seeing Canelo come with more urgency. Even the cut flows, it was a clash of heads, but I feel like it was a clash of heads out of frustration. Canelo's literally leaned into him and it sort of initiated with his head. And he did apologize and whatnot. I think there was a... Was there a low blow one time as well that he apologized? I can't remember. I think there might have been.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that Canelo apologized for. Obviously, I just think heat at the moment, frustration that he can't catch this guy, and even in the last round flows where Canelo really needs to go for broke. If you notice towards the end of that last round flows, it was Canelo sort of sitting off.
Yeah.
Canelo was one backing off, sitting off, kind of resigned to defeat.
Buzzed. Yeah.
Resigned that I've lost this. This is a wrap. There's nothing I can do to try and solve this. Nothing's worked. He's too clever for me, too sharp for me. Whatever, man. I think Canelo tried his hardest, bro. He just couldn't. There's nothing he could do.
I get the same sense as you. I felt like Canelo got dejected in there, similar to Bivol. I felt like he felt deflated, dejected. Yes. After a point that, I can't get to this guy. I can't beat him. In that last few rounds, it looked like Bud was buzzing him. I want to say Bud was catching him, backing him up, off balance. Wow, yeah, mental, unbelievable display, all things considered.
Yeah. What I mean, you compared to Spence performance, Flowz, does this rank higher or lower, or the same, performance-wise?
I want to say higher performance-wise.
Interesting. Why is that?
Because we didn't even talk about the layoff really.
Yes.
He hasn't fought. Is it over a year?
Since last year. Madrimov was last year, I know that.
Yeah, last year. It's close to a year. He's jumped up to 168. Which is impressive. And yeah, I just felt this one was, well, they're both masterclasses. I can't even say too much.
It's different masterclasses, right? Yeah. Different levels of masterclass.
Yeah.
The Spence one was more emphatic, obviously.
Yeah.
The Spence one was more emphatic. Ultimately, Flowz, I think he's made both fights look somewhat easy-ish. I think obviously Spence was a lot easier. Obviously, Canelo, didn't guard like Spence. But obviously, he still made Canelo have that sort of resignation to defeat sort of thing. Whereas, Spence, he just beat up. You know what? Beat up is harsh. You're right. Beat up was harsh. I should say beat up at the start of the pod. He
to be fair to Spence, that first knockdown, Spence,
he tried to get back straight away.
Went for Brook. I know
that messed him up. That first knockdown messed up Spence. Yeah. Flowz, I know Spence was rattled. Because don't forget, all the times they've been drawing at each other, Crawford said, I'm going to drop you and knock you out. And Spence said, no way can you ever do that to me.
Yeah.
So when he dropped him.
I feel like I don't know, both masterclasses. I don't know. So, I guess the Spence one was probably more unexpected for me in terms of how he treated him.
Yeah.
This one, I envisioned Crawford winning rounds, outboxing him. I could envision that a bit clearer. I couldn't envision Crawford dropping, beating up.
How many times did he drop Spence? 4 times? Is it 4 times or something like that? Yeah.
4, yeah.
First. So we all agreed. Everyone, I mean, like I said, you can't watch that fight unless you're Eddie. You can't watch that fight and not think that Crawford's won this fight. Obviously, it's gone to the scorecards, Flowz. How worried were you that we may see a robbery or they might draw it, given that it's Canelo and it's Vegas? It's very hard to get a decision against Canelo. We've seen some crazy things with Canelo. We've seen Canelo get, the Mayweather fight, he got schooled from round 1 to 12, and one of the judges Adelaide Bird gave it a draw, right?
Yeah, crazy.
Was the Bivol UD, or did any judge give it to?
I think it was a UD.
Okay, cool.
Bivol was a UD.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, how worried were you, Flowz, that we might see some sort of Vegas shakedown?
A bit. I was a bit worried, but I felt Crawford's body language and the fact that he even decided to step forward and initiate 5 fights helped him. I think the fact that he decided to stick it on Canelo in portions worked in his favor. I think the fact he gave us different looks, outboxed him, stepped to him and pieced him up, won that last round convincingly, I think, as well. I think that really helped him. I was like, the judges, you can't really try it this time. You can't. I was like, at best, you could try it. Maybe one of you will try a draw at best, but not all of you. None of you are giving it to Canelo, and at best, maybe 1 or 2 of you will try a draw. But I wasn't too worried. I felt it was decisive, and courtesy of Bivol, we've seen judges make the right decision.
I wasn't worried as well, Flowz. Obviously, I knew the scorecards would be closer than my scorecards, and they were, but they were Canelo regardless. But ultimately, I wasn't. I mean, it sucks, but it has to be the case. But if it's so clear and cut against Canelo, it has to be clear and cut, basically. If it's a 50-50 maybe, like a Lara, for example, You understand why they will give it to Canelo. But basically, to get a result against this man on scorecards, you have to wash him. Floyd washed him. Bivol washed him. Like these are non-negotiable. Like you can't argue against this. And then Crawford was the same thing. What you saw that night, you can't argue with. It was a washing in that sense. So yeah, man, I wasn't worried, and I'm happy they gave it to the right man. Crawford deserves it. We can talk lyrical. We can wax lyrical about Crawford and how he deserves it so much. But yeah, ultimately, bro, the right man won, and it was a phenomenal performance, as I said, Flowz, as we all saw. Q Max Kellerman interview afterwards, Flowz, and he has dropped a certain line that I think people are talking about and debating now, and he referred to Crawford as the GOAT of this era. Flowz, are you in agreement with that statement?
I don't think anyone can be in disagreement with it. I think it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth. Look, you don't do what Crawford has done. You're not a 130 champion and then become undisputed in 3 weight classes, the top end being 168. You don't do that. And I don't recommend anyone to try and do that. Yeah, you talk about you don't play boxing. You have to be elite worlds. And look at who he's done it against. He's done it against the face of boxing. One of the pound for pound. At one point, the pound for pound number 1, Canelo was.
Facts. So
you can discredit him and say, oh, he done it again. His first undisputed was that. Okay, cool. Went up to 147. They said he couldn't do it. Done it against the man of 147.
Facts.
Jumped up. We jumped up 3 weight classes to 168, from 147 to 168. I've done it there. Unheard of. And look, this is...
Yeah, go on, sorry. No.
This isn't a fluky or flash in the pan undisputed. We've seen some of those who grab it once, and this is legit. Unheard of, unbelievable. We've never seen anyone in history do this undisputed, apart from the GOAT.
I was just, careful, because she will hear it somehow and she will come for us. Please don't piss her off, please.
The first man, the second person in history.
Bro, I don't want no smoke.
I don't want it. Shout out to the GOAT.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Man,
she did it first.
In boxing history, for the first time in male boxing, that we've seen someone undisputed in 3 weight classes. Undisputed is hard enough to come back. Yeah. Unless you're the GOAT. The GOAT's been doing that. Unless you're the GOAT. The GOAT's been doing that. But now we have the GOAT. Fairs. And let's say GOAT of this era, because I don't want to cross eras, but when it's all said and done, if we want to start putting that list.
Hold that thought, Flowz. It's coming.
When we start putting up their lists, Bud's name is in the mix.
Facts. The Bud Crawford era, bro. Simple. Listeners, I just want to point out, 2 fights ago, Bud was at 147. Just 2 fights ago. So in his last 2 fights, he's gone to 154, grabbed the belt against probably the trickiest champion in the division in Madrimov. And then a year later, he's gone up to skip 160, gone to 168, and beat one of the best in the world, the Big Fish. There's no arguments there, bro. There's no arguments there. You see it like I said, there's no flash in the pan. It's not a fluke. We've watched this man from when he was a 130-pounder. The talent is there. The skills are there. The power is there. Everything is there. However you want to fight him or however he wants to fight you, he can do it. And he does it to an amazing standard, bro. It's ridiculous. And obviously, he's come through so much. You can't not put his name up there in the lights with the other guys, the Leonards and the Floyds, etc. You can't ignore him. The Roy Jones. He's one of the best ever, and definitely the GOAT of his era. Question for you, Flowz, because obviously there's going to be inevitable Floyd comparisons. Canelo, they asked Canelo. I don't know if you saw Canelo's comments. Obviously, they asked him.
saw it.
Yeah, you saw it.
I didn't see the video. But I saw the caption.
You saw the caption.
Yeah.
Canelo, they've asked him obviously who was better, and Canelo said Floyd. Bud is way better than Floyd. It's the way better that killed me. I feel like he did that just to annoy Floyd because Floyd probably will bite because he will.
Yeah.
But we know Floyd does like to call himself TBE, the best ever. The question I have for you, Floyd, is simple. Have Crawford's accomplishments put him ahead of Floyd?
Accomplishments? Maybe, but Floyd never really chased Undisputed. He purposely dropped belts. So Floyd could have done this. Floyd's what? How many weight champions? 6, 5
5-weight champion.
5-weight champion. So is that same as Crawford? 130, 135, 140, 147. Crawford 6.
Yeah.
Okay, Crawford 6-weight champion.
Yeah.
And 3 times Undisputed. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess Floyd leans on beating the most world champions. He's got that in his records. He talks about Gate. Yeah, I guess accomplishments. I might even lean towards Crawford in terms of accomplishments. If it's in-ring, excluding Gate and all that stuff, talk about belts and titles. Maybe, yeah. It's close. It's close.
Just like Crawford is 5 division champion.
5. Is it 5?
Yeah. Yeah, but obviously,
what
the 5?
130, 135.
Lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, light middleweight, super middleweight.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so they're both 5-time. Yeah, but yeah. It's close. Yeah, it's close. I don't. What would you prefer?
Let's talk about the way Floyd did certain things. Obviously, with Bud, I can say, look, Floyd is one of my goats. I'm not gonna take that away from him. No denying that towards the end of his career, Floyd was very, very particular in terms of who he fought, and he cherry-picked opponents. I don't think Bud's cherry-picked anyone in his life. I don't think he plans to either.
It's true.
He should do at this point, but he probably won't. There's that. We know Floyd liked to throw in certain terms for his opponents, aka rehydration. He's the one to me that started all this rehydration stuff. Floyd loved the rehydration clause. I don't think, to my knowledge, Bud's ever done that. To my knowledge, I feel like Bud's gone up and tried to fight these guys at their best and take no advantages away from them to try and beat them at their own game. So there's that as well. And obviously, yes, being undisputed in 3 different weight classes, sensational. I guess the argument you might have is the Floyd fight in a harder era. He's beaten a lot, obviously, as you said, the most world champions. A lot of guys that he beat Hall of Famers in their own right. Whereas Bud maybe doesn't have the same resume in that sense, or it wasn't as competitive. That's the argument. But I think a conversation can be had that Blood might be better than Floyd. I'm not going to say he is, but I definitely think
who would win.
In terms of accomplishments.
Okay,
in terms of accomplishments, I think a conversation can 100% be had, and you can mention Bud's name with Floyd when we're talking about in-ring accomplishments. 100%. Okay.
But what about the conversation about who'd win? Who'd win? Yeah, might as well have that conversation.
Yeah, I was going to ask you anyways. Yeah. Great question, bro.
147?
147. Yeah. Or what? Floyd went up to 154, no? He did.
He did? He fought 154, yeah?
Let's say 147. Let's say 147. It's a tough. It's hard.
Because both of them are sick. Both of them are sick. I would lean towards Floyd, but if anyone's going to do it, like we always say, it's going to be Crawford.
Interesting. You can need to look. Floyd, defensive genius, so hard to hit.
Yeah.
I like to think that defensively he's better than Bud, even though Bud is elite defensive, as you can see. But Bud's got so much tools in his arsenal as well, offensively, that he might be able to get to him. I don't think Floyd would have ever seen someone like Bud. offensively.
You would have, yeah. Oh,
I don't think so. No.
Okay, yeah.
The challenges that Bud presents. Don't forget as well, Bud has that stupid long reach.
Yeah. Eee.
And that power jab that Bud has as well, boy, it's a great fight. It's a great fight.
It's a great fight. I would lean towards Floyd though.
It's hard to look past Floyd. It's the default answer, but
you've never seen both of them. Has there been a fight where you thought
they're stressed?
One of them's lost. Not the stress, like or
lost rounds.
They might have lost that. They might have lost that fight. Oh, I think Crawford's lost that one.
Never Crawford.
For
Floyd, you never say Castillo won.
Yeah.
They love that Castillo one.
Yeah, but like even me at one point, I thought the De La Hoya fight was close. I've watched it back since.
Floyd won that one.
Yeah, Floyd won.
The only one was the like I said, I think the Castillo one, which is the one where I think he struggled the most. And didn't he have like a broken hand that fight? I think was he injured that fight?
Yeah, he's not the one. He took a knee because he was injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
He took a knee because he injured his hand. Yeah. I guess you could maybe say Madrimov. No, not Madrimov. Mean Machine, but he treated Green Machine and he done it on purpose.
Close. He knocked him out. He stopped him.
And he done it on purpose. He made it difficult on purpose.
That was probably he can't look. That's the issue with Bud as well. Porter pushed Bud like crazy.
Yeah,
Porter pushed him, and Porter was ahead, as we found out.
I thought Porter was ahead.
No. Same. Yeah, but the judges had him ahead for some reason.
Yeah.
But Porter gave Bud. You would have thought that Bud would have treated Porter, but because obviously Bud was fighting, and to be fair, he was treated because Bud was being so playful in there. He was laughing, taking the piss, up until the point. Obviously, we went and stopped him. But I've never watched a fight and felt to myself that Bud Crawford has lost that fight, or I've had questions or doubts. And to be fair, neither Floyd. I might need to go and watch that Castillo fight again, because it's been a long time since I saw it. I know Castillo gave him problems and it wasn't the best Floyd performance. But when I first watched that, I felt to myself, Floyd just got this still. But I'll go back and watch it because till this day, they like to say that Castillo got robbed. But, bro, I think it's a closer fight than most people think. Bud versus Floyd. I'll be so real. I think it's a close-ass fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Shame.
But yeah, shame. Look, no point entertaining it. Even though I'm sure for
go to the eras. Go to
the eras. This is definitely the Bud Crawford era, and he is the GOAT of this era. Shout out to the guys like Usyk and Co. They're honorable mentions, but in a way, all honorable mentions. But I think it's Bud, man. It's Bud.
Yeah.
Speaking of Usyk flows, no, I'm playing. But obviously, the question is now, obviously, what next for both guys? Let's start with Bud. Because you will be seeing some people say, Bud should fight Usyk. Not even casuals would say that, which is hilarious to me. And Bud is the type of guy that probably would try and entertain that, to be honest. But that aside, he's now champion at 168 Flowz. He's got all the belts at 168. Where does Bud go from here in your eyes? What would you like to see him do? Do you want to see him campaign at 168 now for the foreseeable? Does he retire? Does he go back down to 154? Does he try 160? Does he go up to 175? Because that's also, I'm seeing a lot of comments saying, let him fight Bivol. Let him fight Benavides. We've seen the comments already.
Look, in my, I don't know if to say my heart or my head, I'd be happy for Crawford to retire. The issue is he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
He's boxing fantastically. He's getting better. He's not even missing a step.
Yeah.
There's no need to retire. You might as well go for four undisputed in my eyes. He shouldn't go any further up. But 160 is there.
And 154 is there.
154. Yeah. Boy. If he wants to do I don't know, are there any unified champs? Who are the champs down there?
Fondora's got 2 in it.
2. It'll be easy if you could do a quick grab. But yeah, Yeah, go down there, do what you do because you're better than everyone. You're better than everyone. So there's no need to do it. If he wants to chase breads, I don't know. I only got 50 million for this one, so no one else is giving you 50 mil.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Crawford enjoys the challenge as well. We see his best performances against the fights that people say he can't do it.
Yeah.
That's always his best performances. The performances where he's expected to win, he either plays around a bit or seems a bit more difficult. It's the masterclass comes when they say he can't do it. So maybe he should go fight a Benavidez before.
Chill.
Oh, maybe he should, because when you say he can't, that's when he'll go do it. Because everyone below he beats. Everyone below 168.
I echo that statement, Flowz. I don't think there's anyone 168 or below that can beat this man. Should the 168 pounders even be ashamed of themselves, by the way?
Yeah,
they should. I mean, when you deep it, they all tried. Plant, Billy Joe, all them, man. They tried and failed. It's taken a guy at 154, who's really not really 154 pounder anyways, to come out and school Canelo and show them how it's done. Shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful. But
it's peak.
Yeah, just to add to that, Flowz. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think anyone at 168 and below can beat this man. I think Bud's at that stage though where he himself is chasing just the big money fights. Obviously he's made he's made no secret about how beforehand he was blackballed and he felt blackballed and how they denied him opportunities to really showcase, and he just needed an opportunity, which is what the Spence fight was for him. So now I think he's at that point where he's just chasing financially legacy-defining fights, such as Canelo. And as you said, there's no one else out there, bar a Usyk or an AJ or something like that, who is going to give him that bread. Not even the best at, well, yeah, I'm going to say no one can in that sense. So if he wants to do up the legacy thing, yes, go for undisputed at 154 or 160. Four weight undisputed champion. Crazy. But if he can't be asked to do that and just wants some money fights, I fully understand as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Canelo rematch, to be honest, bro. Might as well double that bread up. Easy work. No need, but bread, though. Bread. No need, but purely for bread reasons.
I don't know how they can slang it, because that was comfortable. It's only going to get easier. That's the truth. It's only going to get easier for Crawford.
It will still do bits, Canelo.
Yeah, it will.
The Mexicans, it will still do money. So if they won't do the rematch, cool. I don't know. Maybe you can think to look to have like a huge homecoming fight in Omaha. Maybe. I think they've got a big stadium out there.
Where's Pacquiao? Pacquiao was back in boxing. He's been ducking for ages.
Yeah. For time, Crawford was meant to fight him as well. They wanted to feed Crawford to him. Yeah.
He thinks he's back. That's
the fact that you're drawing Pacquiao, Flowz, you're nasty, Stop him quickly. How can you say where's Pacquiao? What's wrong
get that name on your resume. Stop him quickly. Get him back out of here.
Big fight in Omaha, maybe. With let's say a Charlo who he's got needle for, but that would do well in Omaha, right? Because that's a big homecoming fight. But yeah, if not, retire. Look, I'm not entertaining any talk of 175. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Ridiculous.
I wasn't happy when Canelo did it, and we saw Canelo got ran out of there. I will go on record for us to say, I think Bivol gives Bud a bad day. Yeah. As great as Bud is, I think Bivol wins that fight. I'll be confident in Bivol winning that fight.
Yeah, that's not pushing. Yeah.
It's not even levels. Crawford can hang with these men boxing wise, but it's size and IQ. And Bivol, as we can see, what Canelo looked like? Canelo was befuddled, bro.
Yeah,
I'm already imagining the Bivol in and out start on. Yeah, I don't want to see it. I think Bivol gives Crawford a bad day. As a main Crawford is. I also don't want to see if he can go punch for punch with Beterbiev. I don't want to see that.
Let's stop talking at this point, because what we're saying doesn't even make sense.
Now Turkey is now saying, can Benavidez make 168? The guy who we said was a weight bully as it is, who's 6'2" and how big he is. No, we don't want to see this. We don't want to see this.
We saw a fight with two 147, let's say 154 guys in the ring.
Yeah.
That wasn't a 168. They both weighed it, but their dimensions, they're both too small for 168. It's funny because they're both undisputed at that weight. So
hilarious.
But yeah, let's get back to reality now. It was all fun and games. Let's get back to reality.
Unfortunately, though, Flowz, it probably will be pushed. I can foresee Turkey's already started it, so I can foresee a 170. It either be Bivol or be Benavidez. I won't be surprised if that's pushed, and I will not be here for it. I will not be here for it.
The face-off will be silly because then you'll see how stupid it looks.
especially Benavidez, who is huge. Benavidez can fight a cruiserweight right now. I've been telling you. So yeah, that's what will make it stupid. So yeah, let's cool talks of that. Let's enjoy Bud's greatness while he's here. I'll be interested to see his next move, but if he retires, I'll be so happy. I want him to sail into the sunset Flowz as the GOAT of this era, which is what he is. Simple. Simple. And all these other men you can't chat. Charlo, Spence, Ennis, Tank. Keep this guy's name in your mouth. You can't chat to this man. If not, you will end up on the canvas. I'll tell you that for free. All of you. Save that. So don't keep this guy's name. Put some respect on this guy's name, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to Bud. I didn't tune into undercard Flowz, but it was super late. But I did hear that the Mbili Martinez fight was a war. So I will go back to try and watch that because I heard that was an absolute scrap and a half. But yeah, it wasn't the best undercard as we said. So yeah.
Yeah. Wait, with Canelo, what next for Canelo? Actually, before I
say good question. Actually, yes.
Go on.
I know you're gonna ask me.
Do you think Canelo is now finished?
Thank you. Okay, cool.
Let's discuss it.
But we're seeing it already. Yeah. That which we knew we were going to say. Oh, he beat a washed Canelo. He beat this. He's been finished. Blah blah. Canelo's not washed, in my opinion. I do think Canelo is fading, and it's quite clear if not saying Canelo. To me, the best Canelo has ever looked was back when he was campaigning at 160. Do you remember his performance against Danny Jacobs? That first half against Jacobs was unreal. There's another fight at 160 or maybe one of his early 168 fights where he looked unreal. It's not the same Canelo. Canelo is actually someone that's transformed his game. He came in the game as a natural counter puncher. He became this, I guess, stalker, boxer puncher in that sense, because he realized that because he's smaller than these other guys, he doesn't need to rely so much. He's always going to be quicker than them and more elusive than them. So he can just rely on just getting them out there with his power. That's why he changed his style, I think, basically to deal with the bigger opponents. The performance against Crawford, I saw Canelo that he's never had like Crawford-esque footwork, but he definitely seemed a bit more flat-footed than usual. And again, I just think this is all down to just overall wear and tear. Even though he's 32, 33, in boxing age Flowz, Canelo is ancient, if we're keeping that buck.
Yeah.
Over 60 fights, turned pro at 15, he's been fighting grown men since 15. There's a lot of wear and tear there, man. So I do think it's a faded Canelo, or fade-in Canelo, but it's still a Canelo that can still slump most guys out there comfortably, in my eyes. So no, Canelo is not finished. It wasn't the best version of Canelo Crawford beat, but it was still a high-level elite version of Canelo. And Crawford is so good that he's able to school him. But that's Crawford. If I compare the Canelo who Crawford fought compared to the Canelo that Floyd fought, I think Crawford beat the better Canelo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Potentially.
In my opinion. But yeah, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a fading Canelo, not a finished Canelo. He hasn't looked fantastic for a while. So I think that's an indication that he's fading. But he's still beating all these men. So,
Facts.
I don't think any version of Canelo beats that Crawford.
Yeah.
And again, Crawford's older. Crawford's never operated at the weight. Crawford's had a longer layoff. So if they run it, look, if they fought 10 times, with this being the first, you might even say it might be a sweep, a sweep at this stage. This was Canelo's best chance to beat him. So yeah, it's peak.
I'm just thinking. Yeah, go on. Sorry for the finish off.
Yeah, go on.
I was just thinking. I think once I'm just going through in my head now the versions of Canelo that we've seen. 160-pound Canelo is my favorite Canelo. I think. When I remember the Triple G fights, I thought Canelo was amazing as well.
Yeah.
Daniel Jacobs, Triple G, that run there, I think was probably for me my favorite version of Canelo. And that
I liked the ones he faced Cotto, Shea Mosley when he was young and hungry and proving himself.
Good Canelo as well. Yeah, okay.
I like that. That's where I was like, yeah, this guy is the future. It was. Yeah. You always felt obviously that was before Mayweather or after.
I think it was after Mayweather. Was it after? I don't know.
Was Shea Mosley before or after?
I'll check now.
Shea Mosley, he dealt with them, man. But they were on their way out. It was almost like a passing of the torch. Where it's like this.
It was, yeah. Yeah, no, so yeah, Shane was before Mayweather. Yeah. Trout was before Mayweather. Trout gave him a good fight.
Yeah.
And then after Floyd, it was Angulo, Lara, Kirkland, Cotto, Khan, Smith, and then Chavez Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, that little period, was when he was up and coming, and there was the passing of the torch. I really enjoyed that period because you wanted to see what's next for him. Obviously, he had the blip with Mayweather, but Mayweather caught him at the perfect time.
We know what Mayweather did. Yeah. To round off, what next for him? I don't know. I think he will stick around because he loves boxing. He might want his get back. Won't go well for him, but he might try and enforce that. He's just, I can't lie, he's just got to stick around at 168 and maybe wait for Crawford to either rematch Crawford, or I don't know if Crawford will stay at 168. If Crawford doesn't, then he can go back and get his belts back again. But obviously, I don't want to see him go up to 175. We saw how that happens for him. So yeah, man, he's just got to stick around, Flo. So I can't lie, he's got to stick around. That's it.
I think he should just chase cash fights now.
Yeah. What, Jake Paul?
Jake Paul, Pacquiao.
Canelo, Pacquiao.
Look, brother, what we say? What have we been saying? We've been saying all nonsense. Could we see Tank and Jake Paul coming up? Yeah. Look, Canelo's been the face of boxing. He's been earning bread. That's what he should lean into that now, because if that's the only way to avoid the Benavidez's and the other monsters. You can't be fighting skulls anymore. Just do the cash thing. Maybe even Spence. Bring Spence out. Face him. Yeah, it's just going to have to be... Just get on the phone to Turkey and say, Turkey, set up some fantasy fights for me. Yeah. I don't know. He's not beating Crawford. He's not taking those belts back off him. So
transition him into a legacy act, basically, you're saying. Just transition, make that transition to 1 year fight, one fight a year touring act, basically.
Yeah.
Canelo, I don't think he's got long left, to be honest. What else can he accomplish, Flo? He's done everything as well. So he's just doing it for the love of the game at this point. But yeah, the Benavidez fight is not happening. So I don't see any other. I don't see any other roads to him, really.
I'm creasing. How can I say Pacquiao? That's
you have an agenda against Pacquiao. You want to see Pacquiao on the canvas, like marketed him. I don't know why.
Oh, set up, man. It's insane.
Pacquiao. I'm surprised you didn't say Wilder, bro.
That's
funny. Man. Bud, shout out to you. Canelo, shout out to you. Two true warriors, and they treated us to a great night of boxing. Super happy for Bud, man. I couldn't be happier, man. I told everyone. I said, Bud's going to do this. And he did it, man. Shout out to both those guys. We spent all this time discussing one undisputed fight, but there was another one that happened today. Inoue, Flowz, in Japan. I think it was in Japan, defending his undisputed. Is it bantamweight? Is it super bantamweight? I always forget these weight classes, bro. I think he might be bantamweight, but let me just double check. It is. It's super bantam. So yeah, he was defending his super bantam against, I think, his mandatory challenger in Muradjon Akhmadaliev or MJ. Now, Flowz, for like 2 years, MJ's talked smack about how he's going to be the one to beat Inoue and give him a bad day. But actually, like, I remember, like, he's been talking about how it's going to be him that does it. So obviously MJ himself has got pedigree, was a former unified champion at that weight class before he lost to Parles. But the way he's been talking spicy, Flowz, you're thinking, okay, you're coming to, to really, really show something. Bro, Inoue beat this guy up from round 1 to round 12. MJ didn't win a single round.
Nah, man.
How can you talk for 2 years and do that? MJ, come on, man. Come on, dog. All that talking.
It's easy to talk, man.
Words.
It's easy to talk.
Flo, in a way, I think was feeling himself, yeah. And there were times when he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna box you and show him off." Because I think they tried to highlight that MJ might be a better boxer in a way. Nope. I boxed him. Peppered him with shots. MJ was offering nothing, Flowz. It was a complete comprehensive shutout, bro. And I think the judges' scorecards were peak. Like 118, 110, or, like it was all the way through. It was peak, Flowz. He didn't win a single round. MJ got schooled. In the ways, I didn't even need to knock you out. I'm going to just school you for 12 rounds. And he did, man. So, I don't want to say, I don't know, either it's a shameful performance from MJ. I saw people get Flowz. I saw people get onto Matchroom. They said Hearn took his fire up into this fight when he clearly wasn't ready. It was peak, bro. MJ got cooked. In a way, as expected, we knew he was going to cook him or fry him, but I didn't think it would be a 12-round shutout. But I think it's something to highlight with Inoue that apart from obviously you can't ignore the obvious, right, Flowz? The power was ridiculous, and he's a knockout artist. Pound for pound, one of the hardest hitters we said, right? But people forget that this guy can box really, really well.
Yeah.
Just ask Stephen Fulton, who they all said, they all said, the blacks, the BBC blacks, they all said that Fulton can box rings round Inoue. He's going to try and do that. Inoue scored Fulton from boxing, not just power.
Yeah.
He scored it from boxing, from the jump.
Yep.
And Fulton's a bigger man as well. So people got quick to forget that Inoue himself is a masterful boxer in his own right.
Yeah. True
boxer puncher. And I think that was on display again against MJ.
Yeah, man. Another one. Just look, we are blessed with some exceptional fighters across this era. Like we've been rotating between Inoue, Usyk, and Bud for a long time now. It's lucky that we can't just shrink them or make them bigger or put them in the same division. But they're dominating. In a way, I don't see anyone really beating him from that division and below.
No,
he's gonna have to move up. Do you think Nakatani beats him? I don't think so. I think Nakatani loses.
I don't think so, but it's intriguing. So Nakatani was in attendance in the crowd. Yeah. I think that fight might be stated for next year. I think set up because Nakatani himself in his own division, his own class, is also kind of doing what Inoue does. He hasn't got undisputed. He hasn't got the same undisputed pedigrees in Inoue, but he's been dominant in his own weight class and also stopping guys, and is also a very good fight in his own right. I think Inoue is. If they were to fight, I would do back Inoue, but at this point, Flowz, I'm not looking to see who can beat Inoue. I'm just looking to see who can give him decent competition. That's it. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to see. Nakatani can do that because I think the last person that gave Inoue a decent competition or a decent fight,
Neri
dropped
what's
him.
the other guy?
Neri got stopped.
I know who you're talking about. It's the guy. What's his name? It was a brilliant fight. Well, there's been a few. There's been the Thai guy.
So for me, it was the Filipino. For me, it was probably the first Donaire fight.
Yeah, or where he broke his rib or something.
No, Donaire broke his jaw. Broke
his jaw. Yeah, broke his jaw. Yeah.
That fight was toe to toe. Obviously, they then rematched it, and in a way, in the rematch, got him out there in 2 rounds. But their first fight, Flowz, that was the final for the Super Series. Remember, it was the final.
Yeah.
And that fight was back and forth, like machine for machine. So that was probably the last. Since then, KO'd Maloney, KO'd Das Ramirez, KO, Paul KO Fulton, KO Tapales. Tapales took him 10 rounds to KO him, but in a way was better. KO'd. Yes, bro. Since then, it's just been KOs.
Yeah.
The last time, apart from this MJ fight yesterday or today, the last time Inoue went for the distance with someone was the first Donaire fight in 2019.
Yeah, man.
So he's been stopping everyone since then, bro. It's insane. So at this point, like I said, that's what they call him, the monster. At this point, Flowz, I'm not looking to see who can beat him. I just want to see who can give him competition. That's it. And Nakatani, I think, can in his own right, even though I still think Inoue beats him. But yeah, man, what can we say about Inoue, man? Like we said everything we need to say about him. He's ridiculous. And the more he keeps doing it, Flowz, the more they're going to push for a tank fight, I'm sure. And I know that boy will take it too, because it's in his favor. But yeah, man, boy, yeah. Shout out to Inoue, man. Yeah, set up this Nakatani fight for next year, man. We need that. That's it, really.
Yeah.
Flowz, dope, man. I think we can call it a day, man. Brilliant. Been treated to a good weekend of boxing, man, and we've witnessed greatness. What more can we say?
Yeah. I guess we had some bad news today. We might as well say that.
Oh yes. Thanks for reminding me, Flowz.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're a British-based podcast, and we have lost a true legend and great of British boxing in Ricky the Hitman Hatton. We want to obviously say our rest in pieces to him, and condolences obviously to him and his family. But bro, shocking news. 46, I think his age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad. One of the guys who kind of carried British boxing on his back for a period.
The lights on, for sure. Yeah.
Kept the lights on, gave us a big fight with Mayweather, which was huge. Had a huge following. Kind of even put British fans on the map. Ricky had
Agreed.
With the support.
His fan base was crazy. The support, yeah.
He's one of the ones who put British boxing fans maybe back on the map, however you want to cut and dice it. Real legend. So yeah, sad news. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Definitely an icon, Flowz, and just I think Hall of Famer, all that kind of stuff, world champion. I think the fight against Costa Zoo is the fight where he won the title, and that was a dramatic, incredible fight against when he obviously chips were down. He was the underdog. I think he was losing the fight as well up until the time when he got round to stopping Zoo. I think I can't remember, but yeah, that's the fight that put him on the map. And obviously he went on to fight the major names such as Floyd. Remember, they both fought at the time. They were both undefeated, him and Floyd. Yeah. It was a huge affair. And obviously he went on to fight Pacquiao as well. So, Hatton, yeah, man, great. He had some amazing nights, did amazing things for British boxing, and definitely one of the finest to come from the UK. So, yeah, really sad news. Hate that. Yeah, shocking. But yeah.
Yeah. You can see the support he's getting from fighters across the world as well. Big
100%.
influence, big support. So yeah. Big loss.
For sure. But yes, let's end it there, Flowz. This has been episode 265 of the Shots in the podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms, guys. Peace.
You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strap the fuck up.